Awesome. Okay. What is your name, please?
Amber Shepherd.
And Amber, let me just show everybody. Right on the other side, the river's right there. Right there's the river, and this is how close these people were to their house right here. Can you tell me about when the spill happened? Did Enbridge ever contact you and evacuate you?
No, Enbridge never contacted us. Nobody ever contacted us about it. We noticed it the day that it happened. I mean, obviously the smell was very strong for quite a while afterwards. And I have 3 young children at the time. My son was only a couple months old. Hold on. Where's this?
Lots of kids.
Yes, lots of little ones.
And I feel bad because they breathe these chemicals in, and it can cause leukemia and cancer. And
see, and I don't know what all the symptoms of it are. I mean, him alone, he's had 12 ear infections in 15 months.
Wow.
We've been battling for quite a while now. Respiratory problems. He's been on nebulizer treatments since he was a baby.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying he's pre-asthmatic, and I don't know if that...
Well, it happened right after the oil spill, right?
Yeah, not long after, yeah, because he was born in May, and it happened in August, so he was only a couple months old.
Wow.
So she's had breathing problems for a while now. My oldest, I mean, she's pretty fine, but I mean, overall, you know, just the impact from the helicopters and these boats, and you know, my husband was working 3rd shift, and it was affecting his sleep schedule, which was affecting, you know, his life at home with, you know, being exhausted all the time.
Right.
I went through a series of headaches for quite a while there, and I think that was just from the first initial, you know, breathing it and the smell in all the time.
That's what exactly what it was from.
You know, and you know, that's gotten better, you know, with the time. I mean, obviously we can't smell it anymore, but even still, these boats and the helicopters on a daily basis, you know, it just gets frustrating seeing them, you know. And living across the river was something that we were really excited for when we moved in, because my kids love going fishing and boating. A week before it happened, my husband was floating down the river in a canoe, and you know, we haven't been able to do that since. You know, my oldest is pretty bummed because that's one of her favorite things to do with her dad, is to go fishing.
Please don't let them go in the water.
Oh, no, I mean, no, we haven't even taken them by
even
the river.
After they clear it, because they're lying. It's in the water, and the
you can still see it.
Oh, and the MSDS sheet says that if chunks get into your body, then it can kill you.
Yeah.
So
well, we drive about a half hour away now to take them fishing. So, you know, that's been kind of a.
And so Enbridge never contacted you with hotel or evacuation or nothing?
Nope. And then after the whole thing, you know, we had tried contacting them. I looked up on websites looking for phone numbers off the news sites. I went through the yellow pages. Every number listed for Enbridge I called either was disconnected, it would ring and ring and ring. There was never a call back to us after we had spoke to them. They told my husband that someone would contact them. Nobody ever did. And we've just never been able to get a hold of anybody.
So they just didn't even care about you and your children, did they?
Nothing.
Well, I'm going to make this video public, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to get some money for you, okay? And I'm not trying to get money just to give to people. They deserve it, because you do not know what's going to happen 10 years from now, and all the inconvenience of the boats, and, you know, the noise and not going in the river.
Well, and then just my daughter, I mean, she loves animals, and seeing what it did to the animals around here.
Oh, it killed thousands.
I mean, the geese and things like that, just seeing the impact on them was really hard for her to see. You know, all the wildlife we had around here before that, you know, we don't have now.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, that in itself was upsetting to me to see that something like that, you know, not only affected us but affected them and their, you know, their habitat too.
Well, Enbridge watches every video I have. What do you want to tell Enbridge?
I just think, you know, it could have been prevented, you know, and to, you know, spend a little extra money, take a little extra time to prevent things like this, because not only is this affecting us now, but it's going to affect our children and their children down the road, you know, and this could happen again.
Oh, it could. Do you know there was a mandatory 1,000-foot evacuation they didn't tell nobody about?
No, had no clue.
They're trying to save a lot of money because they didn't want you to know that. Yeah, so thank you for your time, and just trying to go door to door passing out these flyers for we have a doctor from the Alaskan Valdez oil spill, and she's coming to speak, and hopefully we can get a lot of these people to come. Thank you. And what is your name, please?
James N. Metz.
Where do you live at?
85 Lennon Street, apartment 107.
Okay, and what are your symptoms from the oil spill?
Well, I was an extremely healthy individual with no symptoms before. Now I suffer from fatigue, nausea, dizziness, headaches. I mean, just like a totally unhealthy, lethargic situation a lot of times before that.
and you came to my meeting at the Brickyard. We had 150 to 200 people show up. Did you learn anything there that you didn't know?
Yeah, actually I did. I mean, they really totally lied to me. They said it was 200 feet, and I'm less than 200 feet. And they showed me a computer model when I went down there and said I'm not in the infected area, but they said they would go ahead and give me $200 and I believe $12 anyway, just, you know, sort of like hush money. They said, do you want money? Is that what you want? I go, yeah, sure. What are you going to give me? And they gave me $200, made me sign a paper. And later on TV, a couple days later, maybe a week later, Congress says, yeah, right, you can't do that. I mean, they completely took advantage of us and everything. And a couple months later, I get a certified letter in the mail saying, well, oh, yeah, we made a mistake. You know, we're going to compensate you, but you can't just walk in. You got to make an appointment. You got to bring this, and this. So I don't know how much they're going to offer me this time for hush money, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, yeah, they're pretty much admitting, yeah, they did wrong.
Well, they did do wrong, and the thing is, the reason why they want you to make appointments is because they don't want to come to you and do this. They want, because you've already signed off, so legally they can just let it go and pretend it never happened and that you signed off for 200 and some bucks. That's just crooked.
I'm no longer willing to settle for that.
Oh, heck no. You should be settling for $20,000, $30,000 at least. You know, it depends on what you can get from your attorney, you know, the hard work that your attorney can do. Every attorney is different, but we got people that are 3 times further away from you, and they're getting $35,000, plus all their medical bills are paid for. Are you mad?
Oh, I'm extremely mad. I used to live on a lake before I came here. The reason I rented this apartment is because it was less than, it's like 100 feet from the river. I could just blow up my inflatable boat and go cruising down the river, fishing, whatever. They took that completely away from me. I never got to even do that one time. Not to mention that, right after the oil spill, I went down there to the bridge outside their exclusion zone, all taped off and everything. I was in their zone. And they had 3 thugs come up and threaten me with violence, saying, you're going to leave right now or else. And I just took that to mean, yeah, they were going to beat me up if I didn't leave. And all I was doing was looking at the catastrophe, basically, they created.
So Enbridge threatened you?
Yes, they did, with violence. I took it to be violence. They said, you're going to leave or else. Now, I don't know how to take that any other way.
No, it's violence. I got hit over the head with something, and it almost knocked me out. So I know. I've had my brakes cut a couple times and tires slashed and death threats. So yes, they threaten people.
I wasn't willing to let them get that far with me. These guys are a lot bigger than me.
Right, and yeah, I'm not too smart sometimes because I keep going at them. But I'm not going to quit. I'm going to try to help you guys out and see what I can do to make things right, make this company do what's right, okay?
And every time I went down to there, they said the benzene levels were safe. Well, I walked out my door while this oil spill was in full blast, and there was a bird right in front of my door spinning in circles and dropped dead right in front of me. Now, yes, I don't know for sure that that's what did it, but it's a pretty good clue, yeah, the air quality was unhealthy, and I still have that bird now frozen in case anybody in the future wants to, check
All right.
it out.
Well, think of the coal mines when they used to take birds down there. If any fumes are down there, it would kill the bird.
Yeah, what was it? Parakeets?
Yeah, parakeets. So this bird's a lot bigger, and if it killed that bird, that means that was very toxic. Mm-hmm. So, as I said, I'm going to try to do what I can to go against Enbridge and these oil companies that are hurting all you guys, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And how far do you think you're away from the river?
The river is right there. I don't know how many, just mere feet away, not even.
Right behind you?
Yep.
Okay, did you get sick when the oil spill happened?
Yes, I did.
Like, what do you mean sick? Tell me.
I was sick for about 2 weeks, though I didn't miss any work, but I can't afford to miss work. But I was very nauseated for 2 weeks. My vision was blurry for about a week, and it was coming in spurts off and on. Like, one day my vision would be blurred, the next day it wouldn't. I threw up the first day the oil spill came. It was right at the courthouse. I vomited, sorry. I vomited, and I was very nauseated.
Did they ever evacuate you?
No, I actually called the number, and they told me that I was fine. I told them asked them about the drinking water. I had to give me a filter pitcher for my drinking water because I wasn't sure. And they was like, well, we're sure you're going to be okay. And they did not do anything for us.
And can you tell me if Enbridge offered you anything?
We went down to the Commerce, and they offered us, I believe it was 10 for each adult and 110 for each child, something around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's all they were
That's
giving
all they
you.
offered us,
They
and
were
they
giving
told us-
other people thousands and thousands of dollars for breathing in the same toxic chemicals that you did, that can affect you in the future and cause comas and seizures and death and leukemia, cancer. Who knows what's going to happen? So we're having a meeting, as I said before, but Dr. Gitga'at, if you can come, great. If you can't, just try to get a hold of me and we'll try to get an attorney for you and get you compensated for your health in the future of what could happen to you, okay? Name, please.
Cheryl Jordan,
And where do you live?
85 Lennon,
Okay, and you're approximately how far away?
about 200 feet.
Okay, did you ever get offered money?
Yes,
How much money?
$200.
Wait a minute, you signed off for $200?
Yes.
Do you know that people are getting tens of thousands of dollars that are within 200 feet?
I wasn't aware of that until lately.
So you feel they ripped you off?
Yes, I do.
Were you ever sick?
Yes.
Can you tell me what your symptoms were?
Severe headaches, nausea, fatigue, forgetfulness, all of it.
Did you ever have any sores or was it hard to breathe?
Yeah, it was hard to breathe. You find yourself gasping for air sometimes.
Yeah, it was horrible here. What do you want to tell Enbridge? Are you mad?
I'm very upset. I think that they took advantage of us. They didn't educate us correctly, and I think they should take whatever we can dish out to them.
Well, I'm trying to dish it out, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
So at the Senate hearings, they said that you can rip up anything that was prior to September 15th that was an air conditioner, air purifier, or a small amount of money. You can still sue. Are you gonna sue?
I am looking for class action help.
All right, well, I'm going to try to put you in touch with the proper attorney, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Reverend Shrek,
Where do you live at?
85 Lennon,
And how far away are you approximately from the river?
250 feet.
Yeah, that I looked, and it's about 250 feet. Now, did they ever offer you a hotel room?
No,
So they never evacuated you?
no,
And did they, you know about the 1,000-foot evacuation that no one was ever told about, correct?
correct.
What do you feel about that? Are you mad about that?
Yes,
Did you ever get sick from this?
yes.
And what was your symptoms?
Migraines and fatigue.
All right, so were they like really bad migraines? You've never had them before and you just didn't know why you were having them?
No, I had migraines before, but they got worse.
They got worse. That's what happens. If like people that have asthma, this just intensifies it, makes it a lot worse. These chemicals were very strong, very toxic. What do you want Enbridge to do to compensate you? Did you ever sign anything?
No,
And did they ever offer?
no,
So you're 250 feet away. That don't make sense because I have people that are 700 feet away and 500 feet away that are getting thousands of dollars. So basically, I'm telling a story with you and all these other residents about what these companies are doing to you and what they're going to do to people in the future, and just all of these people together can actually change these companies, the way they run things. Can you tell me what your name is?
Richard Dufresne,
And what address are you at?
285 Parish Street.
And you're pretty close to the oil spill, aren't you? It's right on the other side of these trees.
Exactly.
Well, tell me, I just was passing out these flyers and you came up to me and what did you say to me?
Well, I pointed out this evergreen tree here. It was used to be very full of leaves, and it doesn't even take any wind at all, and it just starts to drop all the pine needles. So probably have to take it down before winter. Maple tree here used to be real healthy. Now got black spots on the leaves.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, it's never been like that before. Plus, throughout these storms, I know we've had some pretty bad storms before, but we've never had the amount of trees come down like we have this year. Probably lost about 5 or 6 trees in the backyard, and it's got to be because they've been made weak by all the chemicals and stuff in the air.
Well, didn't you say that you some people in your family was sick?
Yeah, my wife was experiencing a little bit of memory loss. It's gotten a little better, but and then my son actually had an episode where he looked like he was having seizures, passing out. I even took him to the ER, and they just counted it as dehydration.
Well, it's from the oil spill. It's from the chemicals. The MSDS sheet says that that can happen from this. So, did they ever offer you any money?
No.
Never came here and evacuated you?
No.
What do you think about that?
That's kind of upsetting. My wife actually went down to their thing because they're doing those settlements, and they told her we were too far away. We're probably less than 800 feet from the riverbank.
Right. And but you were breathing in, and it was a mandatory 1,000-foot evacuation. I'm mad. I mean, I don't know what you are. Your kids breathe this stuff in.
Yeah, we're actually looking to move, so.
All right. Well, hopefully, you know, we can help people in the future with these videos. Thank you for your time. So Enbridge never evacuated you?
No.
Did they ever try to evacuate you?
No, they said if I go outdoors to stay out no more than 5 minutes.
And did they ever offer you any money?
Yes.
How much?
Are you recording this?
Yes, I am.
Well, I don't know if I should give you all the answers or not.
I'm a good guy. I'm trying to help everybody.
I know you are, but I don't like to do things unless my son's here to help me.
Okay. Well, I can come back when your son's here sometime.
He's here on Saturdays only.
All right. Basically what I try to do is, like, one guy that's 700 feet away from the river just got $35,000.
Oh my God.
And all of his medical bills paid for him and his wife, and all of his future medical bills. And he's 700 feet away. He's 20 times further away than you are.
Yeah.
And so did you ever get any medical bills paid for?
No.
Did you ever get offered to have anything paid for?
No.